Oh boy, amidst the already many talking points about the NA LCS and now brought to us by Travis Gafford, we've already talked about it here on this channel, that being a majority of NA LCS pros not wanting to play the remainder of this spring split for a variety of reasons, some of which might be good reasons, others maybe not so much. It's so tough to tell. I will certainly talk about this again next week because the arguments back and forth and many of the community members out there very upset by pro players possibly, not wanting to play the remainder of what could be a meaningless split. If you guys remember back to how all of this did start, though, it was a guy like Doublelift saying he actually lacked motivation early on in the split. It led to his benching as well. There was a sickness thrown in there on top of that, but now, all of a sudden, a couple months later, a majority of LCS pros actually kind of taking the similar stance. It's a wild, wild time in LCS, now added to the lingering impending questions about the troubles inside this Liquid roster have only been rehashed by a guy like Doublelift last night on stream. I'm going to play for you guys 3 clips. Clearly, there are issues going on inside the roster. Now, Doublelift saying he apparently wants to be shot caller and is not allowed to do that. Even more so, though, you now have a star player. I still consider him very much to be a standout and a star player and the vocal figure for an organization and team like Liquid, and he has now come out and called them currently a democracy. Probably not a good look, in my opinion.
All of us see every situation totally differently. So like diagnosing the problem is not super hard. Finding the solutions, what's hard. Every one of us sees a situation differently. Like I'll see an angle to go in or go for a gank. Somebody else will see an angle to like nothing. They'll just see nothing, or they'll see a flank angle, or they'll see that we're just gonna poke and back off, or so, and other people will think like, oh, we're gonna all in, or I'm gonna just because they're grouped, I'm gonna split the side. So like a lot of these problems where everyone sees a situation differently, the problem is, yeah, like I said, everyone sees a situation in game differently. The solution most of the time is improve your communication so all of you guys are ready and prepared to see the situation the same way. I definitely want to be like the main shot caller again, but I'm not allowed. We are moving forward with a different strategy. I think it could work, but a democracy is definitely hard to pull off. I think a democracy usually works when everyone has a really aligned way of thinking, but our team has just such awful communication. Like I never understand what the plan is. So like if you don't even know what the plan is in game, you're never gonna make a proactive play when something comes up, when an opportunity comes up. So I think that's why we play so passively. It's just because we're never ready to force something. I mean, I wouldn't say we're never, like that's like an extreme way to put it, but like we're not often ready to do something when a situation comes up and then the opportunity is lost, because you don't have these super long windows in LCS. Like you're playing against other pro players, like they're gonna give you a 5-second window, a 10-second window if you're lucky. If you're playing against a shit team, they'll give you longer windows to do stuff. But if you're not all ready and able to like jump on that opportunity, you're just not gonna make anything good happen. Then you're just waiting for the enemy team to throw the game to you.
And albeit what he is saying is likely true, he knows better than all of us. And of course, when he refers to a democracy, he means that everyone on the team has the same exact amount of power. And that, of course, no one is actually taking the lead. Do you want that? That's the ever impending question. Can I actually answer that? I'm not a pro player. Maybe you guys have your thoughts as well. Do you want a democracy on a 5-man roster who should be technically led by one leader or one shot caller as well? Do you want that in other games? Any other game out there like Call of Duty or CSGO? The same roles are actually hashed out through a team, and typically you have one established in-game leader. So do you want your star player, referring to your current 5-man roster, as a democracy where no one has the leadership, no one is taking the power, or no one is taking the control of the team? I don't know if you actually want to be saying that publicly, although Doublelift is a very outspoken character. He does this time and time again. It does bring a great question to all of you guys. Simply, What do you think about this? Certainly on one side, as an owner, I don't want these kind of troubles brought public. If we are struggling with the in-game leadership, if we're struggling having someone take leadership of this team, I probably don't want my player calling our current roster a democracy. On the other hand, though, I love the transparency. There are not many other players out there who, by the way, are as popular and actually take to public streams and say these kind of very transparent things that otherwise we probably would not know about. So I certainly respect both sides. As of right now, Doublelift referring to Liquid's LCS roster as a democracy is one of the crazier statements we have seen throughout this year, albeit though in these crazy LCS times, we also have a far majority of players out there not wanting to play the game. That's probably the bigger issue here. Anyways, hope you guys all enjoy breaking down esports gaming news every single day, all day long, especially for all you League of Legends viewers out there. If you guys ever have a story, my DMs are always open. I love to cover these kind of things and great talking points. If you guys ever have anything, feel free to reach out. Until then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.